Programma pilota che è nato con Carlo Ripa di Meana ed è stato il primo programma che ha fatto la Commissione nell'ambito del teatro. Successivamente il premio è stato riconosciuto dal Parlamento Europeo, Organizzazione di Interesse Culturale Europea, e quindi la presenza qua del Commissario Europeo per la Cultura ci fa un grande onore e do la parola a lui, che introdurrà poi l'incontro di Pinter con Michael Billington, dal quale poi subito dopo si potrà intervenire anche dalla sala facendo le domande a Pinter, che abbiamo l'onore di avere qua. Passo la parola a Ian Figel.
Buongiorno, good morning. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Dear ladies and gentlemen, friends of culture, theater, I'm honored and pleased to be here today with you. I came for this festival, but also to see and encourage people in Paralympic Games here in Torino. Passion lives here, not only today and these days, but I think for a long time, and especially speaking in this magnificent theater, we can say that culture plays really decisive role for our mentality, our future, and I'm glad to be here as Commissioner for Culture, as Mr. Martinez said about my predecessor, first European Commissioner responsible for culture and other areas, Carlo Ripa di Meana. I found a very interesting quote in the book on the first edition of this European Theatre Prize, when he was speaking about the search for a policy for European culture. 20 years later, now I can say that we agreed, or we have been able to unite a lot of questions and ideas around cultural cooperation in enlarged European Union. And I'm very glad that this is reality now. Some 20, 30 years ago, many people used to say about cultural policy in the European community and now Union, vietato toccare, don't touch, this is subsidiarity. It's not a question for the community to solve, to deal, to be engaged. Now it's different. It's different because we believe that Europe, with its diversity, means richness. Culture defines Europe much more than geography. And it's important, especially for 21st century, to make it different than 20th century, full of wars and conflicts. And the motto of this symposium is passion, poetry, politics, 3 times P. And I would like also to quote Mr. Martinez, who said that theater is a privileged place for reflection on the contemporary world. And that's true. So that's why I'm also glad that not only Europeans, but also other continents are represented here in this magnificent place these days. We used to say that Europe won the minds of people. More and more countries want to join European Union, but it's not enough. It's important that Europe wins also hearts of people, emotions. And I think that more attention should be given to culture. It's not luxury, it's necessity if we want to create community of values, community of cultures. Culture can play a significant role for awareness, for mentality, for mutual relations of people living on this continent. The same is true around Europe. Culture is a novel way of expressing or reading the reality. Culture involves our senses. It provokes, it stirs controversy, it arouses passion. It is the best antidote to purely rational, institutional or functional view of European Union or the world at large. And I think that the best narrative for Europe of today and tomorrow is diversity in unity. It's narrative which is demanding but very positive for living together with our identities but also with our common values. And this leads me to the important part of this morning's meeting here in this almost 300-year-old theater, which is the communication and meeting with special guest of this day, Mr. Harald Pinter. I think that Mr. Pinter is prominent and living proof, living witness that of the truth that theater is not passive. Theater is very active space of relations and communication. Theater can play, and artists via theater, a key role in remaining critical towards realities of today, remaining critical distance to events, but on the other side, being engaged and permanently questioning the status quo. Harald Pinter is known and appreciated not only in the United Kingdom, but also outside in the world. His persuasive opinions and comments on current issues are present all over the world. And it's not only today or yesterday, but for more than 5 decades. His political voice sounds rather urgent, surely not diplomatic. Harald Pinter is raising voice on human rights, moral justice, and human dignity. And human dignity for our European and I think also universal dimension of living together is the first critical value, objective, and the criterion of our policies. It should be so, human dignity. His comments are vivid, fruitful, not avoiding confrontation. I also want to mention that he is fond of sport, and I'm Commissioner for Culture and Sport. And sport today and this month in Torino is really now a central issue. You know, he's a cricket-loving Englishman. This theater at the beginning was called Teatro Carignano. Now Carignano, but Teatro Trincotto was the first title because it was the place more intended for sport, for tennis then, of course not cricket. But I have maybe the last quote, which is from actor Roger Lloyd Peck. He compared once Pinter's writing with cricket, saying, "In both, there is a loving attention to detail and formality, a passion and correctness, the same concentration." 3 times P, passion, poetry, and politics. Here, I think, invokes other P, like prize and prize, which means that we should be able to recognize that there is price to be paid for our living, for our engagement in society. But if we are not engaged, then we miss moral right to criticize. And prize because many such personalities like Harald Pinter deserve our appreciation. And I think that you can easily combine another P with passion, poetry, politics. This is connection to Pinter. And I think it is more symbiotic connection than symbolic one. So at the end of this introduction, I want to congratulate not only Harald Pinter for this award and other award last year, but also to other awardees or winners namely Oskaras Korsunovas and Josef Naď, because they deserve our applause. They have been able and they are able to inspire, and this is the most important contribution, I think, from such personalities. So congratulations to European Theatre Prize Association. I thank you for your engagement. You deserve also support of the European Commission and European institutions. That's why I am here. And now, really concluding, I would like to invite on the floor Mr. Harald Pinter and also Michael Billington, who will interview this famous and very important visitor here in Torino. Thank you very much. All the best.